What's up, you guys? JP here. We're back on the 1962 Willys project. This is a 2018 GM Ecotech 3 4.3 liter V6 swap. This is from Mars Swap Universe. They come pre-packaged on a crate. They fire up right on the crate. So basically it's a drop-in system. We just have to fabricate the mounts, the transmission cross member, the radiator, and everything kind of in between, the electrical and stuff. And we're gonna have to relocate the battery, probably notch out the frame. But this is gonna be episode 2. So on this episode, we're gonna yank this motor back out. We're gonna cut off the factory Willys mounts. We're gonna get rid of the factory Willys battery tray. And then we're gonna probably remove any ancillary stuff that we can see, and then we're gonna get this thing sitting back further, sitting down where we want it, so we can start making our marks where we're gonna notch the frame for if we need to notch it for this front pulley or not. So we'll go ahead and get this video started, you guys. Okay, so far there's the battery tray cut out. We'll take a grinder and grind this all flush, but no more battery tray in the way. Now we're gonna work on these mounts, getting these mounts out, and then we can kind of re-stab the motor in there and get it back a little further and actually see what things are looking like. All right, motor mounts are cut out, notched out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this motor stabbed back in here. I might pull this old fuel line off and this starter relay, since the relay's sorry, starter solenoid, since solenoid's on the starter on the GM motor. So we're gonna go ahead and get that stuff yanked off, get the motor set back in there and start to check it out again. All right, so far we're looking pretty good. We're getting close. Right here, if you see the notch in the frame and this pulley, we might be able just to sit down right inside of there. Only thing we're running into currently is the factory exhaust comes out and hits the gearbox. So what I'm wondering is if I unbolt this, let the motor get in a little tighter and down, if this will be just right on this side of it. Right now, trying to swing in, it's not letting me do it because it keeps catching on that. So I'm gonna unbolt this manifold, or sorry, this pipe, lay it off to the side for now with the oxygen sensor in it and see if we can get this down a little lower. If we can, excellent. And then we'll recheck. That is going to clear beautifully. The motor's pretty much very close to the angle it's going to be at. We have just enough room between the heater control valve where we've cleared all this firewall stuff. Looks like exhaust wise it's going to have to be a custom manifold possibly, or we'll have to look at different gearbox options, but that is just dead lined up with that that steering shaft, so that's gonna be an issue. So for now we'll probably maybe look at different types of exhaust, or we'll have to revamp an exhaust, make a header for this side that goes straight down and then back. It would work beautifully if it could just clear a little bit early, go down and then back, or bend tighter to the transmission here and then down. So underneath the car, again, we may end up having to build a floor pan depending on how big the transfer case is. But for now, under the car here, we have, as you can see, it's pretty much at a good angle. Go around, we have to, again, we got to measure our height and our angle and do the geometry from the differential to here, make sure we're not more than 3 degrees, and then make sure the overall slope is the same, so we don't get any U-joints binding. But exhaust wise on this side is going to clear beautifully. Again, that side, because of the pedals and steering, it's going to be a little bit more of an issue. All the tranny cooler lines are clearing all the way down. Of course, this will have a different front axle in it eventually, but we will have to probably just do our own transmission cooler, cut the lines before they get to this bend. They actually almost bend perfectly, but they are actually wedged right there. So, but yeah, so that's, you can see we're gonna have the radiator supports way up here. So we're gonna have more than enough room for a radiator in here, but be able to get to the belts. Everything clears, nothing's hitting any fenders. What's nice is the heater core lines come off here. Our heater core lines are right here, so that's gonna be a really easy adaptation for that. Get the heater working. Again, this is a non-power steering car, so we're gonna talk to the customer, see what they want to do about the power steering. But for now, you guys, we're gonna see if we can get this thing to rest in here again, and then I think that's gonna be that. Well, you guys, that's it for episode 2 of this 1962 Willys build with the GM Ecotech 3 4.3 liter out of a 2018 Chevy. Really like the way it's sitting in here. Got the perfect amount of room. I think this motor puts out like 330 horsepower. So for this little thing, that's going to be the perfect amount of reliable power. We got to get a hold of the customer, get the transfer case here so we can check our clearances on the floor pan, get the transfer case installed. That way we can take our measurements, because the transmission mount is actually on the transfer case side, not on the transmission side. So that way we can get that all figured out. And then for this, our motor mounts are going to be fairly easy. It's about almost dead even with the frame, so we'll just have to fabricate some mounts, get all our geometry and our angles right, and just we'll probably take these factory mounts off, toss them in the trash, and build our own from the block down with some urethane bushings. So they'll be in there nice and stout when he's off-roading and everything. So anyways, you guys, I really appreciate you watching JP Street and Performance LLC. Again, multiple projects going on the channel. I know some of you are watching because of the Vader, some of you are watching because of Celica, some of you are watching because of the Chevelle. Bear with us. Like I said, we got a lot going on. You can learn a lot from each video, because we're learning a lot as we go along with different types of things, especially with the Celica build. So this is going to have a lot of fabrication in it, kind of get an idea if you're doing an engine swap yourself, kind of what to look for, what to watch out for, and kind of go from there. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned till the next one. Later.